What's up, guys? It's Paladin Null, and we are back at it again with some more Oblivion. Let's see here. That's right. In the last episode, I did a decent number of things, but the biggest thing was I got a shit ton of wands, or a shit ton of staves, and like I've got a couple of other weapons. I did Meridia's quest, which got me the Khajiit ring, which is it gives chameleon and fortify speed. Which is interesting because now I'm like somewhat invisible and a little bit faster.
Bye.
Farewell.
I'm obviously not. I'm obviously not chameleon enough to actually be like invisible, but this is one of those things that the ring of Khajiit is interesting because it is one of the things that gives chameleon, and if you take the time and get really good at illusion magic and you make chameleon on all your gear with nothing but grand soul gems, you can actually get to the point where you're basically permanently invisible.
What is it?
Which is absolutely a status that you can have in this game. You can be permanently invisible. But I think for today's sort of journey, we're going to do a little bit of roaming, just like we have been the last couple of things, because I need to train my combat magic more. I'm decent at it right now, but I really need to get... well, first off, I need to sell some of this excess stuff in my inventory so that I'm not weighing myself down. But I need to focus on actually getting more done with my spells. Because as it stands, the problem with Oblivion that is pretty persistent throughout all of Oblivion is that the game scales with your level. The game will always scale with your level, even if your combat level is not very good. Like, even if you have a shit combat level, you'll still level your abilities based off of, or the enemies that you fight. You'll still have to deal with on a case-by-case basis based on your actual level. Which is not as good as you would want it to be, because that means that I'm dealing with it means that I'm dealing with a whole bunch of extra bullshit that I really just don't need to be dealing with. Good morning, remote control. Welcome out to the stream. Here. I'm gonna hang on to some of these other things. I know I've kind of switched away from my shielding gear, but that's mostly for magic regen. I'm gonna hang on to it for now, though. Potions of separation, I don't care that much about.
You drive a hard bargain.
I've got so many other extra potions that I don't
You got
need.
a great deal there.
But like, I don't want to like get rid of some of these potions. Like, Poison of Fatigue I definitely can't get rid of, but like, I want to keep my Night Eyes, my damage healths. Cure Disease I definitely need to hang on to. I'll hang on to Cure Paralysis as well, but I don't know how often that's going to be useful. I definitely don't need Skooma. Even though that stuff doesn't sell for a whole lot. Oh, I've got the Alien Statue, that's right. And then I got an Emerald, Flawed Topaz. Silver nuggets.
An excellent bargain.
The Westwell Bear Fangs. I feel like those might be useful for something, so I'm not going to necessarily get rid of them now. Torches don't have any weight, so it doesn't matter. Lockpicks don't have any weight. These repair hammers, however, I probably don't need 28 of these anymore, considering I barely wear any armor. And the armor that I do wear is enchanted, so like... I'll hang on to 10 of them for now. But as of right now, they're just weighing me down. I also need to go back through and drop off all of my excess potion material and all of these other enchantables that I'm not using right now.
Good day.
What's the goal today? The goal today is to try and boost my magic as high as I can get it. My destruction magic. I want to be able to actually do something somewhat decent with my combat magic. I am currently sort of middling around not being able to do jack shit. Because it's just like I've gotten to the point where I've spent too much time. I have spent too much time leveling up my non-combat abilities to the point where my combat abilities no longer actually are effective given the amount of magicka that I have. Now I could try to boost my magicka total with like enhanced intelligence stuff and all sorts of stuff, but really what it comes down to is I just don't have any experience casting, or like, yeah, just casting spells. I need to actually get my destruction magic up. Right now it's not even at expert level. This is another problem, is that even with the gear that I plan on carrying with me at any normal time, I'm almost always over encumbered still. Now that's mostly resolved by the fact that I have like 53 feather potions, so I'm not too terribly worried about being over encumbered, but it is a bit annoying that everywhere that I go, I'm just over encumbered. I'm just gonna come here and we're gonna, let's see here. So weapon-wise, let's see here. Don't need to be carrying the Elite Guard Rapier with me at all times because it's just not worth it. Frostcrack Spire is great, I love it. Greater Staff of Lightning, Greater Staff of Fire, Greater Staff of Storms. Those are all good. Mage's Staff of Silence, I'm probably just gonna like shelve for now. Staff of Ice Storm is decent for area of effect, except that I've got my Staff of Storms, which is better. The Staff of Meridia I have not used, but it's, unless we're fighting specifically undead things, is not the end all be all. And then I've got my 2 lightning swords, which are okay, but you know, if I'm going to be focusing on using combat magic more, I don't necessarily need both of those with me. I also need to drop off all the jewelry that I'm not currently wearing. Whoops. Dropped off a piece of jewelry that I was wearing. Fortified magical ring. And then lastly, we need to drop off potion supplies. This is annoying. This isn't just like I can't just hit enter in between dropping these things off. Okay, I think that's what I want to drop off for now. I'm still carrying on to a lot of like sorcery potions and stuff, but all in all, I think that's about what I want to drop off, because I want to hang on to my staves. And I want to hang on to the gear that I'm wearing. I don't need the Grand Ring of the Viper. And I guess I could drop off... Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and drop off all of my scrolls and stuff. I'm not really using scrolls right now. Horse armor notes. Can't get rid of the horse armor notes. Can't get rid of the will. Can't get rid of that note to Balthiel. And keys don't weigh anything. Soul gems are fine in here. Bear fangs I'll get rid of. I'll only carry like half my Welkut stones. And I'll hang on to my Varla stones. Alright. That is a significantly pared down inventory. That makes me feel a lot better. I guess if I'm going to be dropping off my potion supplies, I don't need to be carrying my... If I'm going to be dropping off my ingredients, I also don't need to be carrying my potion making supplies either. The goal is to try and get away from having all of my stuff on me at all times. So now that we've done that, I think I'm gonna teleport to Bruma And we're just going to walk down from Bruma and just find anything interesting on the way.
Good to see you.
I suppose I could also actually like check out what Bruma looks like now that I've got the open cities working. I've also downloaded the 4 GB patch.
A coin.
And I downloaded an OBSE plugin that's supposed to help with the just the engine bug issues in general. So hopefully, we won't be experiencing as many crashes as we normally do. Hopefully, I've brought that down to a minimum. Look at this guy. Yeah, Bruma's a bit different now, but it's, you know. I think the biggest thing about this is that, like, because these cities are, because I have the open cities settings on now, like, these cities have completely different layouts. Like, they are all over the place. In a good way. Like, all of the important buildings are still here, and the interiors are still the same for the buildings. It's just that instead of having it in the traditional layout that they had, it's the Better Cities layout, so you can actually enter and exit as you please without needing to go through a loading sequence.
Good evening.
In fact, this place doesn't even have an actual, like, door. You can just walk out. Yeah, we're just gonna follow the road, and we're gonna see if anything interesting comes along our way. While simultaneously just casting all of the spells. And yeah, it's just gonna be a chill day today, hopefully. We'll see. My biggest thing right now is just that I don't have the damage output that I would like out of my spells, because the game has just decided to scale with my alchemy level, which I did boost up very quickly, but didn't bother to get any actual combat skills leveled, so my combat is very poor because of this. There. Snowbolt's the same thing as Flashbolt, but costs 1 less magic to cast. I want to avoid using my staff as of right now. Die, bear. You should be dropping dead any second now. I should probably also get a decent bound dagger spell, because that would be... I've got really high conjuration, actually, and a bound dagger would not be a terrible addition to my setup. Because I don't like the bound sword, because it's a claymore. I wish that there was, like, a middle ground. I know the middle ground with bound weapons is, like, the bound axe, but I don't have a blunt skill, like, at all. That all there was up here? I guess so. So today marks the beginning of me having 4 days off in a row. Though I will say, as of right now, there will not be a stream on Thursday, as my girlfriend also, or no, there won't be a stream on Friday. So there won't be a stream on Friday because my girlfriend and I are going to be hanging out that day. And so I will, like, we're going to be spending like the whole day because she also got Friday off. And it's been a while since we've had a whole day to ourselves. So we're going to be hanging out on Friday. Any date plans? So... Oh, being a spam call. Get out of here, spam call. We've got some ideas. The biggest thing right now is obviously trying to do our best to stay safe during the pandemic, as well as, you know, actually have a meaningful plan. We have season passes to Six Flags, and I think that's the plan. But I've been looking heavily into how Six Flags has been handling their stuff. I'm still a little iffy on it right now. Because, like, we've got the passes, and even though they said they were going to be giving us, you know, certain days back because of the pandemic. Oh, right, that's Welkin Stones now, isn't it? That's not my, cure, that's not my damage health potions.
Oh!
I love that this ogre has the exact same sound effects for his attacks as bears do. Why did he have an iron arrow? There's a mine back here I didn't even see. What sword did I conjure? Hey, a dagger. So what does the bound dagger's stats look like? Damage is 7. But it swings very quickly, so it's kind of like a give and take. And then I got the bound gauntlets, which give 4 extra armor. My armor is actually lessened for having been wearing these instead of these. Fucking goblins. I don't know how goblins went from being like the easiest enemies in video games to being like the worst fucking things to have encountered, but like Oblivion did it. Oblivion made them like the worst enemies you could possibly encounter.
Oh!
Do I have a good, I don't have a good area of effect spell still. I don't. That'll still hit both of them, which is nice, I suppose. I get staggered so easily. I don't understand how that is. Like, I spend half of my fights staggered and having to then rapidly heal immediately afterward. Just for these guys, I'm gonna use my Greater Staff of Fire. Yeah, because even 80 points worth of fire damage is doing nothing to these guys. It's gotta be their numbers. I guess. It's just like, They do typically spawn in like groups of 2 or 3. They can do like a crazy leaping attack that just hits you from across the world. Like that crazy leap that they do that hits you from so far away. Restore health potion and put damage health on my weapon. Okay, got rid of one. I can deal with one of these guys by themselves, no real problem. Drop the occasional immolate while also hitting them with those damage health poisons. And they go down slowly but surely. It's just like my magic does not regenerate, and they can just do that leap attack a million times. Also, now I can't see him at all. See, like, look at that. They can attack so quickly and deal so much damage in such a short period of time. And, like, the humans that I fight are not this strong. Not by a long shot. It's just the goblins. You know, goblins. The weakest enemy in RPGs. Like the CR 1/4 monster in D&D. Like, goblins. And I crashed. I don't remember the last time that I saved. Does it save on inventory open in this game? I know they usually save on fast travel, but I wasn't fast traveling, and I made like a quick save when I was in Bruma, but that was it. Yep, it's my quick save in Bruma. So yeah, we just lost like all of my walking progress there. Like, it's not the end of the world, really. All things considered, like, I fought a couple of things, yes, but like the majority of my leveling and destruction is actually coming from my no pain, no gain spell. Now, I do know where to avoid the goblins now. But do I want to avoid the goblins, or do I want to just get, like, I guess I need to avoid the goblins until I'm strong enough to actually, like, fight. Which feels wrong. Like, it feels that I should just be able to blast the goblins and be done with it, but... Where is my destruction at right now? I'm at 70. I got 5 levels left before I actually hit, the proper level of destruction. Okay. The goblins outside of the mine this time are wizards, not, are wizards now, not, warriors. Which, in some ways, is actually easier for me to deal with, because I'm better equipped to fight mages. Let's see here. I want to summon Spider Daedra. As soon as the Spider Daedra is summoned, I need to grab Immolate and my Heal major wounds. Minor wounds. just, just take a half step to the right because that fireball is definitely coming in. And I forgot I still have Welkin Stones on 6 right now. Ah, you absorbed that entire spell, didn't you? Oh, but I absorbed your spell. Better. I'm out of magic now. For magic, restore health. Okay, she just gave herself a fire shield, so... How much spell absorption do you have, lady? There we go. I also definitely need to work on my mysticism, because if I could start every fight with mages with casting spell absorption on myself, that would be super easy. Go ahead and quick save really quick before we lose our progress again. Where? 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 Oh, is it? Oh, it's a goblin archer. Even better. That spell is actually still my fastest way to take down goblins. Mayhaps I could interest you in switching over to a melee weapon. Well, I've actually got a decent number of arrows now, if I ever wanted to do arrows. Really? Where? I'm in, like, one of the most isolated sections of the entire game. What wants to kill me? It, like, starts up and goes away, too. Like, it's not even consistent. It's just like, maybe it's here, maybe it's not. Gonna slowly drop in on you people down here. Hello, Namira. You're not the type of follower Namira requires. Alrighty then. Do you normally... I think you can normally talk to these guys and they'll tell you what Namira wants, right?
Don't talk to me. Talk to the one in the robe.
Alright.
Who are you? Why do you invade our place of worship? Surely, you don't think yourself worthy to visit Namira's shrine. A place of blessed darkness, a holy place where we may worship in our wretchedness. Why are you here? You do. You are too pretty to worship in this place. People like you, like to hear you talk. When you are more loathsome, you may return. Remember,
Ah.
this place is sacred.
So I can't until so let's see here. What that means is I've learned that followers don't. You must be level 5 to begin this quest. Need to make myself less attractive to others. So I need to like debilitate my charisma or something. That's just not something I'm willing to do. Sorry, but Adam Sandler is loved by all. This fact will not change. Not for you, not for Namira, not for nobody. There's something about being able to run faster than a deer, catch up to it, touch it, and it drop while being engulfed in flames that is just peak Oblivion. What enemies do we have? Oh, Minotaur and, what the fuck is that? It's been a long time since I've played, like, high-level, Oblivion, so I forget what some of the fucked up monsters they have in this are. Like, what are you? Hey guys, it's time that I actually pull out that bow that I just picked up. I can do this now. You know, given my setup, it might make more sense for me to have some extra archery skills. Because I can move fast. I can move fast as hell away from enemies and hit them with poisons. Okay, now what were you? A land rogue. The Minotaur should still be around here, right? I think I may have to switch over to, like, even though I suck at using my bow and arrow right now, I may have to switch over to using bow and arrow instead of sword for the majority of encounters, simply because I can poison people from a distance with it. If I could switch over to mainly distance combat, that would be nice. Because I kind of get my ass handed to me anytime that I'm in a close combat scenario. Oh no, am I becoming a sneak? I'm becoming a fucking sneak dude again. This happens every time that I play Oblivion, is I just become a sneak archer. Stealth archer is what every character becomes because it's the only way to actually, like, survive in the game. The only difference is that stealth archery does me no good. Because the only part of archery that's really useful to me is applying poisons. After I've got a poison applied, there's really no reason for me to use archery anymore. I guess I really don't need to be doing the, like, the only part of the stealth that I need is being able to get the shot off in the first place. Once I've done that, I'm just blasting them with spells at this point. Which is honestly fine. I feel like that's a decent compromise, because I'm never gonna have a strong stealth attack in this. Instead, I use my poisons to... Oh, this isn't actually going to affect them, is it? Yeah. Yeah, because they're a ghost type. They're a ghost type character. So my I mean, I have enchanted weaponry. Like, that's not the problem. I've got my Dagger of Storm that I can fight it with. Enchanted weaponry you can also fight it with. I was just trying to, like, apply poison to it, but you can't apply poison to undead ghost type enemies. That's really what it came down to, was just, was I didn't have what was required to do that. But there's a bear in here as well. Let my poisons do the trick on you. Oh, look at his little bear face, though. He's adorable. Can I? No, I don't know how to manipulate people in this. Is it middle mouse? No, middle mouse brings up my person. Yeah, I'm mostly using my bow purely to establish poison on enemies from a distance. Because if I can get it with a poison first, I can basically just backpedal and spam my ranged attacks on them. Why are wisp stalks have the lowest margin of actually being able to be collected, like, of anything else in this game? I'm convinced of that. Alright, well, this isn't working. I have failed at hitting them with my arrows.
Oh! 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 Ah!
I'm getting better at like, see, these kinds of enemies I can fight. I don't know why goblins are so impossible. We're getting to the point where I should probably just have this on a button, right? Like, I'm not using 7 and 8 enough to actually know, like, really need them. I wish that I had the Skyrim-style favorites menu where I could just, like, press a button and have a very quick menu of, like, the 5 things that I want available to me. Flawless Sapphire, very nice. There's even more down here. There we go. He just fell down with his jaw wide open. With jaws wide open. I'm actually running out of damage potions. I should probably work on getting more of those. Of course, I'm getting wisp stalk caps in here, which is nice for that, but... Yeah!
Oh!
My marksman skill increased. Because I'm like, let's see here. My iron arrows deal 1 damage, and the steel bow that I'm using deals 1 damage. So I'm only dealing 2 damage every time that I shoot somebody with my bow. But the whole point of the bow is not actually to damage, it's just to deliver poison. Okay. Come on. Go down. Go down. There we go. Rest a little bit and get our stamina back up. Base ring of freedom, robe of protection, hush, a flawless ruby and gold. Yeah, carambalettes and wisp stalks are like the 2 things that I can just never collect. I have 100 alchemy, and I always fail at collecting those 2 things. Grand Soul Gem. I didn't check to see if that had anything in it, but a Grand Soul Gem's still a Grand Soul Gem. I'm remembering how to play archery in this game. Yeah, mountain lions are not hard to kill at all, as it seems. Huh. That's kind of a botched shot. That's okay. I can still do majority of what I need to get done with my spells. Yeah. A little hurt, so let's heal up. Oh, I got some carambalettes down here that I can... Ooh, and a chest. A hard lock. I remember in this game you can eventually get that that one, like that lockpick that unlocks anything. The skeleton key. And once you get the skeleton key in this game, you basically just force open every lock because it is a lockpick that never breaks. So why would you ever like try to use anything else? Like why would you ever bother? If you can just spam a force on a lockpick. And yeah, it breaks the lockpick all the time, except it's unbreakable, so it constantly says that it's breaking, but it's not. And eventually you just force open the lock, and so you just spam it, and it goes click, 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 and then you're good. This is probably where a way would have been, but it's locked up. The caves in Oblivion feel very, like, randomly generated. Like, I know they're not randomly generated, but they're like, they use a bunch of pre-generated assets and then shove them together to create a cave. And, like, more power to you, Oblivion devs, but there's more to caves than pre-generated assets. You still gotta respect their ingenuity, though, for having been able to create this massive thing. The destruction looking. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. Having come down here was definitely a good decision. There was plenty to explore and do. And I got a little gold and a lot of love. But mostly the gold. Out of frost poisons now as well. We may be taking a quick trip into the city to acquire some more potion making stuff. Putting that on a shirt now. A lot of gold, little love. Yeah, just look at the path of slaughter that I've left behind me. Let's hop on up to Frasco. No, let's go to collect some. Let's go to collect some materials at first. Whoa, storm.
Morning.
Whew. That is a nasty storm. I'm just here to find some alchemy supplies, really. These stinkhorn caps are actually really useful for me. I don't even know what the rest of this stuff does, but we're gonna find out. Nightshade, hell yes. Dragon's tongue. Bergamot. Make Rusawa. Fog beacons. So there's probably somebody in the Mages Guild that sells alchemic supplies, like ingredients and stuff. So we're probably going to check this place out first. Oh, right, except that it's nighttime and nobody's awake. Suppose I could sleep as well.
Greetings, Warlock.
Hello.
I haven't noticed the game is running a lot smoother now that I've done the 4 GB patch. Like,
Greetings, Guilty.
despite that one crash, we haven't had, like, any serious issues.
My name is I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in
So
all
you do
Cyrodiil.
You've got potion stuff. Let's see here. Anything that can damage health really is what I'm looking for. Dragon's Tongue can damage health, but it's not its base ability. Restore health, which is nice as well. Obviously, Nightshade damages health. I might as well grab like 2 or 3 different things that damage health because I can always just grab more. Inkhorns,
A bar?
obviously.
You're a fine negotiator.
And what was it? Was it the Lanfear Claws can, but it's 85 to get them, which is not really worth it. Yeah, it was Dragon's Tongue. That's what it was.
Thank you for your...
I should go.
Take
Later.
care.
Anything else in town that would actually, this place might as well. Over Roma.
I'm Surotan, proud owner of Nova Roma. A little... Let's do business.
Let's see here. You got some venison. I'll take venison. The rest of what you got here, mostly just, yeah. Yeah, not really what I'm looking for. Thanks for the offer anyway. Suppose I could sell you some of this extra stuff that I don't need to be carrying. It's 2 silver
A
daggers.
fine transaction.
This base ring of freedom.
A good price for a good customer.
Oh, I still haven't equipped my ring of fortify magicka.
A fine Another...
Goodbye. Re-equip that.
Buy.
I was missing 20 points of magic
How
this
do you
entire
do?
time. And that just won't do. I love that this guy had just, like, his pathing is completely wrong now. Because of the city's update. But we did sleep through that storm pretty nicely, though. Very, very pretty here now. But it's the, you know, the middle of the day. But let's go ahead and head back to Frostcrag Spire and make some damage health potions. Poisons. Yeah, everything's loading so much faster than it used to. I'm so glad that I decided to put that on there. Let's see here. So, go ahead and grab my apparati. And then we can just, I'm just gonna grab all of my ingredients back out really quick and make what potions I will. And then if I keep them or not, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and start my stream. I'll be back to watch after I'm done. Alright. Well, thank you for stopping by, and good luck on your stream, Remote Control. So many ingredients. Oh. I'm over encumbered now that I'm carrying all of this stuff. We can run over here really quick, because I found out that Dragonstone plant is worth having right now. Nightshade, worth having right now. Flax can damage health, so I'll pick some of it up as well. I have no idea what Mana Bloom does. Ginseng, I'm pretty sure, is not useful to me right now. Let's see here. Other things that are going to be worthwhile for me to have right now would be Wisp Stalks, if I can get them. Bullets would be nice, though obviously those are going to be, for some reason, very difficult to hands on. Steel Blue Entolomas would also be good. These are magic potions. Stinkhorns. Can't remember if Milk Thistle's really all that useful for me right now. Harada Root is useful to me. Vital Stick, Harada Root, Bloodgrass. Like everything from Oblivion is useful to me right now. Like, that's the one thing that I miss about Oblivion once you beat the game, is when all the gates are done, you can't go into Oblivion and collect the ingredients. Okay, we've got our ingredients now, though, so we head back over to here, where we gain our bonus effect to alchemy. So now our alchemy is 115. And we start making potions. First things that I really want to get is I want to get damage health. Which, let's see here. Certain things can do just right off the bat. Ectoplasm is shock damage, and I'd honestly be fine with just getting shock damage out of it. Wisp Salt caps our base damage health. Venison is base restore health, which I don't really care that much for. But I do care, don't get me wrong, but it's just not what I'm looking for. Damage health and chameleon. Spital sticks, are you just base damage health? You are. Scales are damage willpower, but I can make them into damage health. Sacred lotus seeds and flax seeds make my damage health, but actually better potions. Damage willpower and health. Ooh. Dragon's Tongue and Imp Gall? Is Imp Gall a base? No, it is not. So that's good. Blowdust and Imp Gall. Nightshade. Rada. Rogue Wax and Imp Gall. Imp Gall and Greenstain Cap. There we go. That pretty much gets my list of potions down. So now I'm carrying 49 damage health poisons, which is very useful to me. While I'm here, though, what else can some of these things do? What are spells that I could actually... What are things that I could actually, like, benefit from right now? Dispel. That also damages Matt, which would be a... I guess, would that be... That would still be a, good one for me to make, I think, because I don't think that's a poison. I think that ends up being a potion for me. Damage luck, no. Fire shield? That's the only thing that I have. Fire damage, steel blue Antilomas, which are actually restore magicka. Actually, while I'm thinking of that, let's go with Restore Magicka. What can I get out of that right now? Ichor, obviously. Blackberry is nothing. Bog Beacon. Steel Blue Antiloma. Fortify Magicka. Would be Ginseng and something if I had it. Fortify Strength is Garlic. Frost damage. Vampire Dust causes silence. But when combined with Milk Thistle Seed, I can make frost poisons. I should also make Vampire. I should also make silence poisons, because those are still useful. Light? I didn't know that was a thing that I could do. That's cool. Shield. Ooh, that does a lot. So restore agility and shield for 142 seconds, but damages personality and endurance. Still, that's a really good one. Shock damage? Carambolette is restore health, but when combined with Fly Amanita, it just makes it into a shock damage version of that. Protect life, pumpkin and rat meat. Burden. Bloodgrass, dude. Bloodgrass is chameleon. But I can make burden. And burden stuff is actually really useful to me because if I can burden somebody to the point where they can't move anymore, then they are actually, I'm actually better off than where I was before. You can make some crazy stuff with potions in this game. Like, just like that, I can make, invisibility potion. Natural, and then... Okay, that's gonna be potion making for now. Go ahead and drop off my excess alchemy supplies. All right. That feels like I've made some good progress. Why don't we teleport to Leyland? We'll try moving around from here. Good to know that the buildings are still the same colors. Whoa. That got foggy quick. Venison is still useful to me, and I've learned that green stain caps could be made to make damage health potions. Speaking of, I should go ahead and drop those potions right onto my hotbar there. Now watch as it slowly just dies. Actually haven't discovered this place yet. Or I have just discovered this place. I think John's Wart's actually really good. It's almost as good as St. Elmo's Fire. Which, literally right now, as I've said the name St. Elmo's Fire, I cannot remember. See, you're just gonna run in circles, I'll just keep smacking you with spells. I'm actually better off if I grab Immolate, aren't I? Troll, and so trolls are supposed to be accepted to fire, right? Alrighty. Anything else up here that wants to fight? Another troll. You can't jump, so you can't get me now. And now I just let that get you for a little bit. This is why making your NPCs unable to jump is a bad idea in video games. 'Cause I'm just picking on this poor soul.
Ah!
Okay. Have I exhausted the plight of the troll? Seems so. Well, then I'm gonna come over here, and this is just a plethora of these green stain caps. They're just perfect poison additive. Because not everything has to be a perfect potion that only uses one ingredient. If I really want a lot of a potion, in most scenarios, it's actually better for me to go ahead and just have several ingredients that, when combined, make a potion. Because I can get some really good effects out of it. I do wish, though, there are some scenarios where I do wish that I could make a... where I could make a poison... Like, there are some things that can damage health but also cause feather. And they make a potion that causes good feather and then like 1 second of damage health. I wish that I could control that so that I would focus on the damage health factor more than the feather factor. That would be nice. I understand not always possible, but it would be cool if I could do that. This area keeps going between being foggy and not foggy. I do like this area of around Leowin. Very pretty looking.
It's you. Hi.
Heard any news from the other provinces?
These dudes are just carrying Daedric swords. What?
Traveled from Skyrim with orc mercenaries to assault the Redoran of Morrowind.
I'm not surprised. It seems that Skyrim is always involved in a border dispute.
Leave me alone.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
What's happening?
They say syndicates of wizards have led a boycott of imperial goods in the land of the Altmer.
The Ultimate have powerful wizards. It could be a dangerous situation.
I do like that, like, from game to game, they kind of do have a sort of plot line that they can, like, these guys in Oblivion are talking about how the Altmer are kind of like more or less boycotting imperial goods, and then come the next game, like, a big war happened and the Altmer have taken over for the most part. And so the Altmeri Dominion is slowly taking over Oblivion, or slowly taking over Cyrodiil. This water feature feels added in post. I don't know why, but it feels like maybe one of those things that got added as part of the mod, but I do like the swampiness of this area. It reminds me of Morrowind. Which, I mean, it should. We're literally on the border of the Black Marsh and Morrowind, which is like further that way. One of these days I'm gonna eventually also play through Skyrim, because I have yet to play through, like, these games are great and I enjoy them, but for some reason, like, even though I own the DLC, like, I've never played the Dragonborn DLC, which lets you go back to Morrowind in Skyrim. And I have done the DLC in this, though. Like, I've done Knights of the Nine, and I did, because I had the Game of the Year edition. So, like, where? Above me.
Do your worst.
Oh, and it's people. Well, if it's people, I'm actually better off just, let's see here. Having trouble doing this in my on my hotbar, so I'm just gonna do this bit by bit on my own. Restore health, restore magicka. Did I make any shield potions? They were called something else, weren't they? Yeah, here they are. It's a restore agility potion. Switch out to that, and then try burdening her. Burden was resisted. That's annoying. Make him level up again. I should get my sword or slash dagger fixed soon. It's looking maybe a little worse for wear. And then obviously I need to head to Breville, rest, and then upgrade my stuff. I think I'm gonna do that. No, Paladin, great news. You're in your first ever relationship? That's awesome, Oofer Gang. Congratulations. That's always a harrowing time in anyone's life. But I hope you enjoy it.
You'll never take me down.
I'm getting better at being a magic caster. That's the plan today. About right there, so. Too high. I'm always. I don't. Sometimes. If it doesn't do anything about it, he's gonna die here soon. There it is. Oh, and one more thing. Drink. Okay, hold on. I gotta get a, I gotta get more water for my glass. Because this is not hydration. I return with actual hydration, and here we go. Gotta put my headphones back on. Wait, did I even check their bodies? I think I just killed them and walked away. ASMR. Oh, did I make a loud drinking sound? My bad. I drink very loudly. Sleep on the sleeping slab. No, I want an ASMR. Yeah, these guys are weaklings. Resist cold pants. They're worth so much money. They're Gucci. They're Gucci pants is what they are. Give me an ear lick ASMR? No, no thank you. I'm not comfortable with that. I should do an entire stream with like a binaural microphone though or something like that. I can almost pull that off given my current setup anyway. Oh, come on. This asshat blocked my poison and made me not have any fun.
will not be tolerated.
Come back here. I just want to touch you. It's like a Dio levels of reeing. Fortify Magicka pants, which these guys are once again not wearing for some reason. The Thane mace. Summon Lich Tome. Ooh, can I? I would like to learn how to summon Lich. I don't have enough magicka to summon a Lich. Just a little ASMR. Alright, how about this? Oh, you guys can't even hear it. It's not, it won't register on my microphone for you guys. I was making gross mouth sounds.
Oh, who's there?
But yeah, my microphone has a limiter on it so that you guys don't hear like all the background sounds in my house. And it wouldn't let me make my gross mouth sounds into the microphone.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
Did you cure my poison? fix that. Pegasus mace. We're getting some wacky things in here. Where did my Remora go?
You'll never take me down! Ha!
I just knocked that man off his feet with a single spell. He just died shortly afterward. Well, based on how I'm doing my fighting now, the bow really makes less sense. I can just run up to somebody and smack him a couple of times. Considering most encounters are going to become that, since these guys are long-range fighters anyway.
You there! Stop where you are! Oh!
I'm actually kind of hurt. Who's protecting the necromancer hurts? There we go. That clears the area. Crystal Staff of Frost. What is Legendary Magica Drain? And then a Daedric Mace. Which is just not worth it, weight-wise. Touch them harder. Touch me. Touch me harder. I don't remember. Oh, I remember where that's from now. That is a good program for anybody who has it. So, if you haven't watched it, and you're into things like if you've ever seen like the Dragon Ball Z Abridged series, and you like the idea of series like that, you have to watch the dub of a show called Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories is how to describe it. It was a series of, it was an anime that was a very Monster of the Week style anime, which is to say that like there was a new enemy every single week and they had to go blah blah blah. But the whole thing is that they were all based off of Japanese like folklore monsters. And so because they were all based off of Japanese folklore monsters, each one of them had kind of like a way that they had to be taken down, and they would always reference it in like this book that they found. But the thing is, it didn't do that well in Japan. Like, Japan just like wasn't super into that show. So when the license, a dubbing company purchased the rights to the show. Somebody, like a dubbing company purchased the rights to the show, and the only direction they were given was from the company that sold them the rights to dub the show was, I don't know, this didn't sell that well. Maybe you can make it interesting. And so they gave him general plot notes, but they didn't really care what they did aside from that. And it was how do I put it? They basically just took the entire concept of a show, like a manga. They took the simple idea of like a standard manga like that, and they basically just said, okay, well, we know what the plot is supposed to be, so we're just gonna change like a couple of the characters around to make them more interesting characters because this show is kind of like boring and not very good. So they were given free rein to just do that. And so they quite literally made like an abridged series as the official series. Like, the official version of that show is just, abridged. That's all it is just that thing abridged.
I'm just warming up.
Calculate. I just want to touch you. Just want to touch you. But yeah. Yeah, it's legally on YouTube. Like, you can watch the whole thing on YouTube for free, without it being an issue, because they basically, like, obviously the show got dubbed, and it was it actually it had this weird cult following for a while. It had this weird cult following for a while because of the dub. Enough that they did a re-release of it in Japan. The original version, which I think was a mistake. Like, they could have done, you know, they could have redone the Ghost Stories dub version in Japanese, which would have been truly amazing had they gone back and done that. Because, like, half the jokes wouldn't have made sense. The show itself is also, like, very irreverent. Like, it's not good. It's not good in a lot of ways, like, socially speaking, but then it also came out in, like, I guess the early 90s, or, like, it was either early 2000s or late 90s. And so, like, it's got some interesting bits to it, but, it's magical. I didn't lower channel point gain at all. I don't know that I have the ability to do that. You just haven't been here for a couple of streams in a row. Channel point gains are the same. I also purposefully did not change hydrate because I know it's like your favorite thing to do. So if you're having trouble getting stuff, it's just because that, you know, you haven't saved up enough points. Save up some more points, buddy. Then maybe you can afford to do the things that you want to do, which is to make me pee. Well, it's slower, and I want you to pee. Exactly. Yeah, the one girl is the stereotypical, I'm going to pray for everyone. She's a born-again Christian, which is like, the joke is that it's a show about ghosts, and there's a born-again Christian on the group. The difference is that she's a pray the gay away kind of person. Like, she's very much a pray the gay away style character, which, you know, is problematic, but that show in general... Okay, and I crashed. The crashes are less frequent today than normal, and loading into the game is a lot faster because of the 4 GB patch that I downloaded. So, like, I'm still better off overall now. I'm over encumbered. Second. How old even is Oblivion? I think it came out in 2006? Maybe I'll check. Elders. Oblivion first release. Yeah, March 20th, 2006. Where did I teleport to? That was not my goal. I was trying to go to the market. Why do you say... Can you guys hear when I drink stuff now? Guys, talk. Can you guys hear that now? You used to not be able to hear that. Can you hear me drinking things now? This makes me uncomfortable if you guys can. Only occasionally. Okay. Still. It's a bit weird. that you guys can hear me swallowing
Whatever
when I
you...
drink my drinks.
May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
That's a little awkward, but okay. At least you guys are having fun with it. I have infinite money. Just heard it from Oblivion. Oh, yeah. I mean, the Oblivion makes that sound effect as well. Oh, then you're probably hearing it from Oblivion, not from me. That gross swallowing sound is from Oblivion.
A good price for a good customer.
Got a lesser staff of storms, which is not very useful.
That's a good deal.
I lean away from the microphone so I can breathe. Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. Hold on, what's going on here? Can't I?
Another You too.
That was weird. I will buy your $10 for another $10 deal. I feel like there's a comma missing in there. So I just sold all my stuff. I now need to go find somebody to repair my dagger because it's broken. Or almost broken. Then I need to go to Breville after that. So I think you can repair it?
Well met. Can't go into battle with broken equipment.
I can actually do my bow myself.
Farewell.
Shut of the up. Awesome. What the hell are you talking about? The only piece of gear that I can repair is my bow. Because my dagger's enchanted. You know, it wouldn't be terrible for me to just have a non-enchanted weapon. Like, I've got that rapier. I could probably go grab that rapier. Actually, hold on. While I'm here, I need to go to the Talos district. And then the Talos Plaza. Because there's a guy in the Talos Plaza that has, that I can sell this alien statue to for a lot of money. Also, the Talos Plaza district looks just very nice now. Looking for Umbacano's house. Yep, there it is.
Greetings, Breton. Good to see you again, sir. Very good.
Shut of the up boomer. You're making less and less sense.
Ah, the treasure hunter. Ah, yes. Yes, have you found another? Ah, a second ancestor. Excellent. I had wondered whether the first was just luck, but I see now that you have some skill at this work. By good fortune, my research has uncovered some new information that may help you in your search for the remaining statues. I have found the names of a number of Ayleid cities where the statues may have been taken for safekeeping during the siege of White Gold Tower. The only modern sites that still bear their ancient names are Moranda, Macamentaine, Wenyanduik, Ninendiva, and Fanakas. There is no guarantee that my sources are correct, of course, but these should at least provide a starting point for your search.
You're out.
Good day.
shutting of the me, of the up, of the me, of the up zoomer. Even less sense than before. I don't know how you do it. It's truly a skill. Oh, I gotta leave.
Have
Down
mercy. Just one point. You have.
Now that I've got it, I can go very quickly to Breville. Sleep at the Mages Guild, level up, and then learn more restoration. And while I'm walking around, doing my thing, casting no pain.
I haven't time
How are you?
for food.
I'm Fathis Aran, Count Breville's staff wizard. I can teach you conjuration. Anything.
Except you won't.
Good day.
Stop talking. What do you want?
Someone said a head could be on the back with means in hell. Never see your love. Okay, you are just now you're copy pasting. My chat is just lust and gluttony. I forgot about that part.
He's an excellent speaker.
That is.
Her sermons are all.
You're just pulling that copy pasta out. That copy, it's such an old one too. Like, it goes everywhere. We were playing Final Fantasy X, so that would have been, I guess I'd have to go check and see when my Final Fantasy X videos came out, but that was that long ago. This is why some believe in more than one god, to grant a wish for what they did right in their beholder or blood. Get that strength up, speed up, agility up. February of 2017. That was 3 years ago.
Greetings, Guild.
That's wild to me that happened 3 years ago. Gimme of the senpai, of the attention of the senpai, of the me, so the me gives of the keys. I feel like I need to use a slightly racist accent if that were to ever make any sense, so I'm just not going to do it. Oh, I leveled up, so now I need to go to the Breville Chapel so that I can level up my restoration. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to burn myself.
Yes. It's my...
Ah, I just missed you.
You too.
Don't, I'm just trying to confuse you. Well, it's working. If you wanted to know, it is working. Because I have no idea what the hell you're talking about anymore. But, do you, so you want to know something interesting? Something interesting that happened to me recently? I got accepted into the... preview program for Xbox, their xCloud program, Microsoft's xCloud program, which is just this really, really cool thing. So basically, it is the Netflix of video games. Just random babble.
You may speak.
Sri.
Evening.
There. Oh, so where's Mars?
I am the... I can show you some new things. Pay attention. I'm willing to... Let's see if we can't...
It's really cool. So I've already kind of
attention.
like tried it out a little bit. I got it to... I loaded up... oh, what's it called? I loaded up Journey to the Savage Planet on my phone, just sitting in my room. Well, actually, I first did it sitting at work, and while I didn't have a phone, while I didn't have a controller at work, so I couldn't play the game loaded up just fine. which just goes to show that, like, you don't need an overly powerful internet connection. It just has to be a 5 gigahertz internet connection, which most dual band, like your standard dual band processor or modem is going to have that dual band now. And you don't have to have downloaded the game anywhere. It just runs, like, from wherever. Now, if you have an Xbox, you can download the games onto your Xbox, and then it won't be streaming over the internet, so the latency won't be as bad. Like, the latency will be, like, next to nothing, actually. Because it'll just be through your internal network. But if you're streaming, like, you can stream games directly from Xbox servers on your phone. I think maybe PC. I would need to double check and see what if the preview program is available on that as well. If it is, I wouldn't mind doing a little show and tell with that program, because it's a cool thing. I mean, it would just be me playing a video game, so you guys really wouldn't see much of a difference between, you know, my regular streams, but mud crab. Where are you, foul beast? There you are. Die. Okay, well, now that I've leveled up and I've restored my everything, let's continue on our random journey. So that's really all I'm doing today, is I'm just exploring the countryside. We got a distance towards Leowin, so I think maybe I can try to make my way out to Sundercliff Watch. That'd be cool. Another hydrate. We're gonna start at Fort Double Cross, and we're just gonna move our way up. Oh, game crashed. It almost tried to work that time around. But you know what? I did alt-tab out, didn't I? So let's see here. I don't care that much for the rest of those settings. And the game crashed again. You know what? I'm just gonna...
You make it out here. What can I do for you?
Oh, you're weird.
Farewell.
So this isn't an actual thing. This is just like a random location in the middle of the water. I'm just gonna swim across the water instead then. This is the Nibbin Bay. Mayhap I will find something interesting on this island. Or on this little location. What awaits me? Very, very loud lightning. Hold on. I saw some movement. There it is. Really? Now the sound effects are too low. About yay will be good at that, honestly. Well, if I'm fighting brigands, then using my bow would actually make more sense here. Oh, there are people in here. In which case, this bow makes no sense for me to carry. There it is. There's still somebody out there who wants to be dead, apparently. Whoa, okay. Big guy. Ah! That's right, Clanfears fucking suck. I remember these guys now. And a Dremora Lord. Or whatever they're called. I also have spell absorption, asshole. A Zivali, that's right. They are a type of Daedra. A Daedric battle axe, which isn't worth its weight.
Supposed to be impressed.
No, you're just supposed to fall down and bleed to death, as many of your comrades have said to me in the past. Yeah, just like that. There you go. Daedric Tonto. Ooh. Ooh, I like the look of that weapon. And it's got the high weapon speed of a dagger, but it's slightly stronger than a regular dagger, and it's Daedric, so it'll actually work against enemies without having to be enchanted. I've got a new main weapon. Because Daedric weapons have a similar property to silvered weapons that that they can attack certain monsters. Look at that weird whispering. I don't like the weird whispering. I mean, at this point, it wouldn't be a regular ghost. I somehow, like, skipped the phase of actual ghosts in this game. And I just went straight to the, I skipped ghosts and went straight to, ooh, Frost Atronachs. Okay, so the damage health effect is not going to work on this guy. And I need to not use my... I need to not use my ice chill bolt on this guy. I'll just use Immolate, actually. That'll be the better option, I think. I do want to soul trap this guy, though, if at all possible, because they have grand souls. Frost Atronachs have grand souls. They are worth the effort. Yeah, these people go down fast. These people were not prepared to deal with me. Not in the slightest. Bunch of novice alchemists out here. Some more Shadow Banish wine. Don't they know the real secret to alchemy? Just sort of spamming restore fatigue potions until you learn everything, until you learn all the secrets. Let's see here. I actually do want to read. But if I wipe this area out as well, so is there anywhere that I haven't gone? There. Came from here. Did I already clear this entire area out? I guess I'm getting stronger than I expected. Or it just comes down to what really is the case, which is that this game, even though it scales enemies, if there's no enemies to scale to in an area, they'll still throw, like, relatively easy enemies at you. But yeah, I think I've already cleared this area out now. Nothing left to clear. So all things considered, that was a pretty clean clear. We went in, we took out some fools, we left. All in a day's work. Here. Here. Touch. Okay. Things really do not like my Shocking Grasp spell. They will literally just like fall over and seize up whenever I cast it on them sometimes. Which I suppose makes the most sense, but what could okay. You're just a Timberwolf. I'm not even going to bother doing anything else other than Shocking Grasp you. There's definitely a cave, like, right up ahead. There is. Yeah, I could trade up my sword skill a little bit too while I'm here. There we go. Ogre down. If this is an ogre cave, then I'm actually not in too terribly bad of a shape to take these guys on as well. Just gotta find the actual cave entrance. There it is. There it is. Heal up a little bit and we can head in there. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I haven't really left myself much of a battles path here. Run this way while my magicka regenerates. Now you will slowly die. Oh boy, these guys hurt. There we go. Ogre's teeth are slightly heavy but valuable. Couple of those. Ooh, Minotaur. Now that I've got my 1-2 punch on you, I can just sort of like fall back and smack you with these ice spells. Yeah, right. This is one of the worst it sounds. There's usually a potion up here, or a chest up here. Well, for a second, I thought I saw something there. More hydrates. I'm now super self-conscious about what I sound like whenever I swallow things. Which I shouldn't be, because there's no way in hell that the the mics pick up my swallowing. But... Ogres' faces always look weird to me because they've got tiny, tiny little heads for their bodies. That's lame. Those were greater soul gems, but they all had petty souls in them. New Minotaur. Minotaur horns. Not as worth it as ogre teeth. Doing in my swamp. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at my destruction skill. So I'm hitting these guys up with like my strong magic and everything. But at the end of the day, the big goal is just to... Oh! Ah! The main goal is just to have these guys dead, but mainly through me using magic on them. Now I'm softening them up a little bit with... Why am I killing Shrek's kids? Because they haven't made Shrek 5 yet, and I'm angry. So I'm thinking that if I kill a Shrek kid every hour, I will get a response from the Austin Powers guys, Michael Myers. I'll get or Mike Myers. I shouldn't say Michael Myers because that is the horror one. But I'll get a response from Mike Myers saying that he's going to make Shrek 5. So until we get a Shrek 5, we gotta go. It's a bit of a scare tactic, to be honest, but it's an effective one. Though I would like to see Michael Myers make a Shrek 5, like get Mike Myers out and just bring in Michael Myers. And just have Shrek 5 get really weird and dark and sinister. And like Shrek is just going through systematically killing everybody in Neverland or wherever they're in. I think they're in Ever After, aren't they? There's got to be a mod that retextures the ogres in this game to look like those kinds of to make them look like Shrek ogres, right? Like, that's got to be a thing. Hey, asshole! That hurts. There we go. See, this is what happens when the mud crabs get tired of being slaughtered all the time, is they turn into drogues. Is it just me, or are the enemies in this game like far more horrifying than the enemies in like Skyrim? Like, you don't get drogues in Skyrim. Oh, I'm over encumbered. Hold on. Ooh, I'm almost out of damage health poisons. That could be a problem.
Join my trophies.
That Dremora has actually come in more handy than I ever thought he would. Considering he lasts for such a short time, the fact that he doesn't actually cost that much to summon anymore is very nice. Like, he's kind of become just like a good, decent middle ground summon for me to pull out of my ass whenever I need one. Get him.
Slave.
I need to go on a flax journey in a little bit because I've got a lot of those green mushroom caps. I've got those green stained mushroom caps now, which are great for poison, but I need to combine them with something for it to actually work, and flax can also be poison. Boy. There's a tactic to this, which is hit the druid first, get the druid to take a lot of damage this way, right? Resulting combat. Because I gotta get the druid, or the dryad, or whatever she's called in this. Is she dead? Okay, killed her, which means that the only thing left alive is the... Oh, there's a minotaur. You were not here a second ago, minotaur. Hey, I'm now an expert in destruction. That means that my destruction spells should deal, or I don't know that they deal more damage, but they are, they cost less magicka to cast now, I believe, is the real benefit to that. Yeah, it only costs 25 to cast Chill Bolt now. that also means that, what is it, Arctic Blow. I now have enough, I'm now high enough level that I can use Arctic Blow, which is a 100 points of damage spell with a, touch spell. I was gonna say, is that everything? No, there's more. There's further down in this cave. If anything, though, it looks like this may have been like the final room, and then everything else outside of here is just a way to get out of the dungeon faster. Or it's the deep caves now. Hell yeah. I'm getting my ass handed to me by this thing. Where's my potions? Let's see here. Let's just do a Restore Magica, Restore Health. This seems to be like it'll end up being a prolonged combat. Prolonged die combat. Prolonged die combat. Prolonged die combat. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay, I need to, let's see here. Yeah. That is such a good spell. We went from 0 to hero this time around, guys. Now that we can cast that Arctic Blow, I could just fucking touch kill just about anybody that I want. And yeah, I did use a Restore Magica potion, but I've got so many of those, and it was still so effective throughout that entire fight that this is definitely like my setup now. It might be time to make some more. I still need a large area of effect spell. I don't have a good one of those yet. Really, a Fur Cuirass? Or hydrates. I probably really need these right now because my room is very warm right now. I am out of my regular damaging potions, so I gotta switch out to. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do a strong potion healing. 2. So, not under the effects of a strong Restore Magica potion. That's one way to die. Without the effects of that Magica potion, I am a little more beholden to my Magica regen for that spell. But Shocking Grasp doesn't cost that much anymore, which is really nice. So I can still do my 1-2 punch of Poison and Shocking Grasp without that being too much of an issue. And I might for at least a little while, just because of the difference in everything, I might switch out to Immolate instead of the Cold Touch thing that I've got going on here, because that seems like it would actually like work a little bit better. Now, being able to hit somebody and being able to supplement my attacks with sword hits is also very nice. Gonna head out. All right, see you later, Roofer Gang. Thank you for stopping by. Now I can supplement my attacks with the sword, and that actually makes it a little bit better. So I can start by hitting him with a shocking grasp, and then walk it back with walk it back, or I can hit him with shocking grasp, hit him a couple of times with my cold touch, with my whatever this is called now, with my ice touch spell to deal like a lot of damage, and then when I run out of mana, I can focus on doing more sword damage because I'm also supposed to be good at blade, which my blade skill is actually pretty piss poor right now, so I should also be training that when I can. How do I get out of here? That's the way into the deep cave. I feel like I need to go this way. That was also the deep cave. So I went through the deep cave. I gotta find my way out of here. This way. Yeah, this definitely looks like a way up and out. Yeah, because that's where I fought the two crab monsters. There should be a ladder right here next to another crab monster. Alright. We're almost at the cave. Ooh. While I'm escaping the cave, never waste a moment to be training. We want to be master in destruction, and the fastest way to get there is to spam spells. I should also maybe be spamming, I should be spamming alteration spells as well, because getting really good in alteration is also a goal of mine that I really haven't been working towards the way that I should. Hey, my blade skill increased. My alteration skill increased as well. Should also be training my restoration. Now, my restoration is not as easy to train as alteration is. It is so much nicer. So much nicer than it used to be. I can just, like, see an encounter coming and go, no, I refuse. Skill going up still. Ooh, some more ruins. Why is the will of the wisp bleed? Oh, there you are. Let's see. What's attacking me? Yeah, I don't need my poison anymore. I've got decent combat magic now. I would like my poison back, but I don't need it anymore. Hey! Welcome to the stream, Shelton. Adam Sandler has actually become somewhat decent at combat magic. That will demonstrate against these ogres. Oh, I'm over encumbered. Hold on. My feather potion must have run out. I'll just take this from while I'm here. My only real downfall right now is that the spells that I really like to use are very high in magicka usage. Which can make them very hard to spam. Go ahead and take the restore health over here as well. There we go. I forget that I can spam that ice spell, and so long as I've got the magicka for it, it's instant damage, where most of my other spells are damage over time. Legend tells of the mighty spell blade capable of stabbing anyone so hard they either laugh or cry. The mighty Sandler. Wait, is this Umbra? No, this isn't Umbra. The Umbra's... I think Umbra is named after itself, isn't it? I saw that fucking Minotaur's tail, and I straight up thought it had a dick. I was like, can I show this on stream? Am I gonna get banned? Hey, my security went up. Devour health. Ooh. That sounds fun. Expert. Absorb health 40 points on touch. Skill expert. Yeah. It's gonna be a little while before I can actually cast that. Actually, not too terribly long. 1 or 2 more level ups and I'll be, see here. 1 or 2 more level ups and I'll be able to train my restoration up to a really good level. I'm at 66 right now. Restoration is by far one of the hardest skills to level in this game, in my opinion. Like, it's not the hardest skill to level in this game, like, not by a long shot, but... And she's dead. Oh, but there's a Draugr here. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him moving around, picking these people. Crab people. Crab people. Looks like crab. Talks like people. I'm allowing myself to get my ass kicked, which I really shouldn't be. Also, I need a better defense spell. Mine does... Defend is only 15 points. Don't I have a... Yeah, I've got greater shielding. Why is that not my, Let's see. Yeah, that looks more appropriate to the amount of magicka that it should be using. Like, why don't I have a good defense spell? What happened? Now, luckily, Restoration Magic does not use up, like, all of my Magicka meter anymore. But I would like to get my Magicka more centered around single casting a long healing spell, which may use up all my Magicka at the time, but then, you know, being able to do literally anything else while it's regenerating. Come at me. Come at me, son. You can't get here. You're gonna die to these fucking blades. There's a Minotaur around here as well who definitely wants my ass. Oh, there's a thing down there. There's one of those spellcasting crystals. You fucking cuck. Hey, there's another level up. And I actually can repair my Tonto, because it's not enchanted. That is too much stuff now, officially. This might use the spell. Using a combination of my ease burden spell and a potion to keep my feet moving. Oh! You're really just taking me out of the sky, aren't you? I really should be leaving. Don't exactly have the inventory to continue hanging out here. Like, yeah, I could drink 2 feather potions, and that would really just, like, get me settled, but... I mean, that's not infinitely sustainable. And I should probably just be going... I mean, I can already level up anyway. I need to go to Breville. Hey, my security leveled up enough that it left a pin open for me. And now I have boots for water walking. These boots were made for water walking, and that's just what they'll do. Is that all there is to this place? There's no, there's like the casks against the wall, but like that's it. Go further in area. I mean, I'm fine with that because it means that I'm good. There's a little walkway right there, but is that just to get up and down here? No, that's definitely a way further in. Okay, video game, I'll explore more. Yeah, head these birds up. Oh. No, that was just supposed to be a way to get back out. In which case, there is no way to go forward, so we can just leave. All's well that ends well. Except I'm definitely missing something. What am I missing? Oh, no, I'm not missing anything. This is just the next way up after that. Did I go all the way down this hallway, though? Ah. I would have missed that flawed diamond and coin. That would have been bad. Just saw a puff of magic out there. Let's head back to Breville, where I will most assuredly need to cast another ease burden, followed by actually, can I just get away with no, my potion and that ran out, so take a potion, burden, and we're on the move. We got a fair deal.
I hope I can help. What can I interest you in?
The music has been getting louder lately, and I don't know how to like fix that really. I mean, I can boost my own volume a little bit, but that's, you know, not sustainable. Let's see here. What do I not care about carrying anymore? The bow of flames could be good, but I'm not really trying to use my bow as like an attacking weapon. In reality, I'm kind of just I'm vibing on the fact that I use my bow to like catch things, and hit things. I definitely don't need something that weighs 40 pounds that only deals the same amount of damage as my Daedric Tonto or my Daedric Dagger. In fact, the Daedric Dagger weighs too much for it to be useful, considering that the Tonto weighs 8 pounds or 2 pounds less. I don't need these like paltry sums of arrows, 4s and 5s, when I've got, you know, like 300 steel arrows sitting around here. Short Sword of Lightning, I'm kind of overusing you.
That seems a fair price.
I'll hang on to the Crystal Staff of Frost, because that's cool. Weakness to Frost, followed by 25 points and 10 feet for 5 seconds. It's only got 5 uses, but holy shit. I think it has 10 uses total whenever you attack it from the get-go. Spell Drinker has 20 points, so... And base Amulet of Absorption's not good. Fortify Endurance I don't care about. Water Walking I don't care about. Same, that's also Water Walking. Canopy Helmet Resist Magic, that's cool, but I don't wear
that seems a fair price.
Greaves of Shaded Rest resist fire. Nope.
A good price.
Orcish Greaves. Yeah, and then I got these novice tools that I just picked up because they were there. Got everything that I wanted to drop off. I learned to Devour Health, so I can sell that. I don't know what that is, but it's talking about Calicinators, and I've already got 100, and I've also learned the Summon Lich spell. I don't need that either. I don't know why I picked up a bone. I'll sell my Flawed Diamonds.
You've made it.
Flawed Topaz. Flawed Ruby. And my Flawless Sapphire. I'm sure I am just putting you all to sleep with my beautiful voice right now.
Fine.
As I slowly talk about all of the things that I'm selling. I think that's everything that I wanted to sell to this lady.
Tell your friend.
I'll tell all of my friends that I sold all of my stuff to you. Except that I don't have friends. Oh, that was a mushroom that I picked earlier.
What is it?
The horses have horrifying eyes in this game. Like, the horse textures are weird and uncomfortable. And crash? No crash, but it did definitely freeze on me. I'm gonna need to close out of the game. Let's say, am I still moving? Is everything still working on OBS? It is, but I can't. Tab. Exit Oblivion. Task Manager, nope. In tab, Task Manager. New desktop. Desktop 2. Control Shift Escape. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Close window. Win tab, Desktop 2. Control Shift Escape. Task Manager. Oblivion. End task. Ooh, alright. Well, that took a little more effort than it should have taken, but we got the game to close. Ooh, alright. Now I did quick save right as I got into the city, so even if I'm not like... Yeah, I'm fine. This is just me leaving the lady. Having sold all of the excess gear that I was carrying around, right? Yes, it is. I'm still carrying a concerning amount of weight, but I think that just might be all the potions and ingredients that I have. That tends to happen to me. Well, no reason to think about it too hard right now. Let's go find the Mages Guild, and then we can go to the castle. Not the castle, the chapel. I would like to get my level on.
Hello, Evoker.
I don't think this is going to be a very productive level up, though, as far as skill points go. It wasn't terrible. I've almost maxed out my speed, which is cool, and my strength is getting higher, and my agility's also pretty good now. My ability to maneuver and balance, so the higher my agility, the less likely I am to be staggered, which I think that's what that means. Which would be so very nice, because I stagger the second somebody touches me right now.
Hello, Evoker.
I've heard rumors.
I'm just so fucking fast. Like, there are ways to play this game where you're not this fast, but I chose the steed, and I've been leveling my everything else.
I am the... Pay attention, and you can learn a lot.
And once I reach expert, she won't be able to train me anymore.
You've got a... I can show you some new things.
Oh, this character can't train me any higher. So my restoration is currently at 70. So, is there a master restoration teacher? Restoration trainers in Oblivion. Master trainer quest. Let's see here. Trainers. Alchemy. Okay. Blade, block, blunt, conjuration, destruction, hand-to-hand, heavy armor, illusion, light armor, marksman. This is a restoration. The master trainer is Oleta of Kvatch. Just after clearing the first Oblivion gate, he can be found in the chapel of the city. However, you'll need to clear the city of enemies before you can get training. When the city's clear, Oleta will go down to the camp just south of Kvatch. Talk to her there, and she'll give you training. Okay. So I just gotta travel to Kvatch. Oh, I'm gonna overjump it. Can I use these burden to just get out of this? No. No, I cannot. Just shy of being able to do that. I do need to get a better spell for that then. Oh, it did the thing where I was going off the chat. You guys are probably wondering what I'm doing, but I'm trying to scroll the chat back on the screen.
Perhaps she's still in Kvatch, in a basement, hiding? It's possible.
Greetings, traveler. What do you seek? A gate opened and Deirdre poured out. Everybody ran, or they died. I don't know how the fires...
She's not training me, what? She's supposed to be the one that trains me, right, Aletta? Just after clearing the first Oblivion gate, she can be found in the chapel. Master Trainer Quest. How do you... Maybe I need to talk to Mars first.
You look like a bright.
Yeah, I have 100 intelligence.
Oh. Hello.
How goes it?
Well met.
Oh, I am now over encumbered. Well, it's 6 a.m., so I need to wait until 6 p.m. anyway. Oh no. Does Oblivion just not crash to desktop anymore? Yeah, Oblivion just doesn't crash to desktop anymore. I'm gonna have to keep a second window open now. Where's Mars? Oh. Only 7 a.m. I didn't actually get to rest.
It's you. Hi.
May the wind be on.
My brightness settings never save.
On
It's
your
kind
back.
of annoying. Because I should be able to see in here just fine,
Do you
but
need
like it's
something?
impossible to see on the
Good
base brightness
day.
setting on my main monitor. I might just need to brighten my monitor, but I think I've got it pulled all the way up as far as brightness goes right now. Yeah, I do.
Olita was the most gifted healer I've ever known. If anyone can teach you more, she can. She worked in the chapel of Akatosh in Kvatch.
There we go. Yep, just had to talk to Mars first. Now we head to Kvatch.
Kvatch is finished.
Greetings, traveler. You have helped to save Kvatch, or what is left of it. For that, I can do nothing less than help you spread healing throughout Cyrodiil. I shall offer you whatever... There is much I can show you. Knowledge is the key to...
All of that just so that I can get one more level of,
Goodbye.
training in. And my restoration is dangerously close to being expert level now. That means I should be able to, at this point, make some better healing spells. Because, like, Major Wounds only takes 33 now. Minor Wounds only takes 7. Protect only takes 6. You know, like, some of these spells are, like, very, very easy to cast at this point. Let's go ahead and go to the Arcane University. Craft up some new spells. Actually, I probably could have just gone to my house. That would actually be easier at this point. Now I am over encumbered, so I gotta... Get a big one of those, and then head to... Cross Crag. Can't fast travel, my health is being damaged, and my health gets damaged by 1 point every time I drink a health potion. Which I have interpreted as my feather potions taste like shit, but they get the job done. So, like, they're not fun to drink. But he'll drink them. They're not fun to drink, but they do help him. So he'll drink them. I've only got one set of frost salts right now, right? Yeah. I need to get 2 more things of frost salts before that becomes useful. Meantime, though, altar of spellmaking. So let's see here. I wanted to do restore health, self, for like 20 points over a period of time. All potion bottles are slightly broken, so you cut yourself on them when you drink them. Actually, I'm going to crank that down to like 5 healing, but it's going to be 5 healing over like 30 seconds. Yeah, I can do that. This does require a restoration of 75. So then let's crank that down to 20. That still requires 75? Cool. Cool. I could do that, but at that point, why even bother? Yeah, none of this is like... I just delete that effect. Let's make a good fire spell then. Target area should be 20. Magnitude should be 30. And yeah, this is a spell that I need to hit a large area, so it's not going to be super strong, but it's just like if there's a horde of enemies, I can hit them with this, or I can drop that down. That's ridiculously strong if I do that. I should be able to do 80 damage with a spell from like this, right? Like that should be able to be something that I can cast, right? Yeah, because that's basically just, that's greater fire is all that is. So if I were to drop that down to 40 over 2 seconds, that costs less magicka. And if I were to drop that to 20 over 4 seconds, that's actually not a terrible spell. That's 80 points of damage over a 4-second period of time. And it's a target spell. If I were to make it touch, it would cost even less. Yeah, it would. That's 100 damage right there as a touch spell. Yeah, I'll make one of these as a good touch spell, and then I do need to make a decent ranged spell. Like, just one that has a somewhat decent area, just so that I'm not, like, spamming it out and it's not doing anything. Because that's what I'm always missing, is I'm missing a somewhat decent area spell. Save the changes for that. Requires a destruction, that's fine. Name this spell, I've already got Immolation. We'll name this one, Touch Me Harder. And then I want to make a lightning spell. That is target, magnitude of 30, 15 foot, duration 1, add effect. And we're just going to name this spell Stormbolt. While I'm here, though, let's see here. Let's make a better feather spell. On self. Magnitude of 50. For 30 seconds. Ooh, 60 seconds. Oh, that's right. These spells don't cost, like, anything. Because the whole idea is that, like, you want to make a really strong one. Yep, I can make a feather for 100 points for 120 seconds on self. That's really good. We're just gonna call this, backpack. And while we're here, I actually do want to make a shield spell, a better shield spell. Self, magnitude 50, duration 30 seconds. Yeah, I can't really do that quite just yet, but I can now make... I now have Backpack, which is just a really good, carry weight spell. Those are not hard to make, obviously, but that's really nice that I have it now. And I wouldn't mind having Summon Dremora for longer than I currently have him available for. So I'm going to make a Summon Dremora for 120 seconds. And this is going to be a Dremora... Alright, so let's see here. Magic-wise, Dremora Thrall is going to replace my current Summon Dremora spell. Backpack is good. I'm gonna take... What is it? I made Touch Me Harder to replace Arctic Blow. And I made, Actually, no, I made Touch Me Harder to replace Shocking Grasp. And then I made, Stormbolt to replace that. And that's a decent amount of my magicka, but it is a very strong spell. All things considered, it works out. While we're here, let's go ahead and see what we can do about getting rid of some of this excess shit in my inventory. Specifically, all of these ingredients. Want to hang on to those. Hang on to some of this extra stuff here because they can do good things. Got several damage health things in here, which is nice. So I do want to remake some of those damage health potions that I'm missing now. I was gonna go gather more flax, wasn't I? That'll take a while. I'll just gather what I can from here that I know will give me the effects of like strawberries and nightshade and basically everything from here. So with all of that gathered... Oh, and there's some stinkhorn caps in here, isn't there? And some wisp stalks. And some steel blue and talomas wouldn't be a terrible thing to gather. And carambolets for healing. I don't know what... A milk thistle, I think, was something that I could use as well. Lily of the Valley. I can't remember what all these things do, but I remember them being useful. Tobacco's not that useful, though. There are no green tip mushrooms in here, are there? They were just trying to go for the carambolet and the steel blue and taloma, but I guess I'll gather up the rice too. Alright. Let's gather up our alchemy supplies. I'll go over here. Alchemy, and we are specifically here to make damage health potions, but whatever else we make will be nice. So I think Harada does it by itself, yep. Nightshade does it on its own. That needs to be combined with a thing. Black seeds need to be combined with a thing. Take the lotus seeds. Spidal stick does it on its own. St. John's wort. Nectar. And corn caps do it on their own. Strawberries. Oh, that does a lot of interesting things. That's not what I wanted to do, though. Some stop caps to it. That's interesting. Restore health. You get from aloe vera. If I combine it with something. That's just get it straight from that. And then restore magicka. Got one steel blue into it. Lily nectar is nothing. Mandrake root and rice is damage agility. Mandrake root is not useful. Tinder, polypore caps, and aloe vera make invisibility. I think I've done that before. Bloodgrass makes chameleon, but combined with lady smock, it makes restore or fortify health. I wouldn't mind a fortify health potion, honestly speaking. I'll just make chameleon. Restores fatigue. That does a lot of things other than restore fatigue. Rice can be combined with mandrake to damage agility, or with strawberry to do nothing else. Milk thistle makes light potions. That is very interesting. I'll go ahead and make some of those too. And we'll just drop everything else off. All these other ingredients that I'm not... Oh wait, no, I'm picking these out of the container, aren't I, right now? Yep. Okay, that gets us to a reasonable level of... Oh, and I need to drop off my apparatus. I don't need to be carrying those around. Because I really only plan on making potions while I'm here inside the, While I'm here inside the, Frostcrag Spire. But hey, I've got a fun new list of spells that I can try out. Like this guy, who's just gonna be here for a really long time now. And my backpack spell will actually work for pretty much any scenario that I'm in now. Or at least like the beginning of it, because it does it for 100 whenever I cast it. So I guess now we can just sort of head out, and I think, yeah, there's a couple of these places out and about here that I want to explore. Because those are areas that are supposed to have those, they're the things that are supposed to have the alien statues in them. I got my little sword. My little baby sword. There's another alien ruin right over here. I'll discover it. But the real goal is to head to those ones that are marked on the map. Also get some more blade training while I'm out here, because I've got decent armoring spells now, and my magic of regeneration is such that I can pretty much have my stuff back before fights every time. So I can start every fight by actually my thrall should be here for a little, well, he's here for a little while longer, not too terribly much longer. But the idea is that I shouldn't have to recast my thrall during a combat scenario. He should last the entire combat scenario now.
First the chapel attacked, now the prophet ranting about the end of the world.
No, huh? Absolutely.
Wait, what? Why are you attacking me, dude? Hello, sir. Gonna drop him? Yeah, I like that, are ya? Yield. Yield, I yield. You know what? You're gonna be pissed at me, I'm just gonna summon another one of you. One that doesn't hate me. This guy had glass boots and greaves. Get Mr. Moneybags over here. And an alien mace. And now I'm over encumbered. But that's okay, because I've got backpack. And just like that, I'm no longer over encumbered. So I've got a little bit of work to do on how to use these spells more effectively, but all in all, I'm not in a terrible shape.
Let's get this over with.
Too late. I already got the one cast that I actually wanted to do this time around done. I do have to be the one thing that I have to be worried about is that because my guy lasts for so long, there is a chance that he can turn on me, and he's just there now. So like, if I do something that causes him a lot of damage, he'll still be here and being an asshole like the entire time. Oh wow, they beat the shit out of him. One of them has an enchanted weapon. Oh, whoops. Okay, you definitely had some very fancy gear. Battle Axe of Lightning. Yeah, the big thing for me is having to recast spells. I'd rather be able to have a spell that lasts for a very long time than have to recast spells. I have remote manipulation. Could I use that on those? There we go. Yeah, telekinesis in Morrowind was a lot better. Like, it's not that this is bad per se. This actually is more realistic, but in Morrowind, you just, like, you would click on something, you'd cast the spell, and then you'd click on something, and it would just be in your inventory. Which made stealing things so much easier, because people can see you manipulating things in the environment in this game, but they could not see you manipulating those things in the environment in the previous games. This guy's tough. I'll slowly burn you to death. I ain't afraid. That should be it, yeah. Flimsy sword. Plasm. Ah, here we go. A sanctum. Everybody loves a sanctum.
Must have been the... How are you today? Slave!
Glass shield. That glass shield better than my current thing? No.
Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby gonna cry? Huh? Ow!
I'm running into another problem with my guy now, which is that he doesn't survive long enough to be useful. Like he can exist for a long time, but he doesn't usually survive long enough for the full spell to be useful. In which case, it's actually better for me to just have my original summon, because if he's just gonna die before his time anyway.
Fall before me, Bratton.
Yeah, the biggest problem I'm running into right now is just that there's two of them, and I stagger when I get hit. I'll make things easier on me. Just go down. Alright, my Dremora Thrall was not the best idea, so we're just gonna replace it back with Summon Dremora. Because the problem is that he'll die. He dies before before the spell's length is up anyway at this point, so summoning him just so that he can die seconds later and wasting all of that magic is just not worth it for me right now. If I had a really strong or high health target, or one that could heal themselves like either the Spider Daedra or the Frost Atronach, that may be worth it, but as of right now, not worth it. I absorbed the spell. For some reason, because of how the telekinesis spells work, you're essentially casting the spell. It's a targeted spell, but it's cast on yourself, like it adds an effect to you. And because of that, the spell itself actually doesn't, like, take to you, per se. Like, it just sort of does its thing. So because it's a targeted spell, spell absorption does actually affect it. Ooh, Varla stones. Mind if I do?
Damn, I've lost them. This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Don't think so. You did have a glass curse, which is really cool of you to have just given that to me. But thank you very much for that. Morningstar's not really worth it. You will die on the ground. I can carry those, yep. And the shield. And the pummeler is not worth it. Alien battle axe. Like, these things look like they would be really useful if I was a blunt user, but I am not a blunt user. Sorry, I am not a high elf. Yar har har. I'm officially over encumbered because I'm now double juicing. I've got this, plus I've got my backpack spell. Because the two of them together give me a total carry weight of 873. Which is insane. Sorry, my brain just went to the... You know those... I guess that's everything in there. You know those, like, the videos, the... Why am I blanking on the name of those kinds of videos? The Kickstarter videos, where they're like... Last September, we asked you to help us create a dream, and you met that goal in 3 days. That's insane. So, I'm coming to you again, because after you successfully kickstarted my smart wallet design, I needed your help again. We wanted to create the smarter smart wallet. It's like the one you guys just funded and haven't gotten yet, but it's better and it's going to cost 4 times as much. And then there's a comment usually somewhere on the page like, maybe you should deliver on the promises you made the first time, and then that that comment gets deleted. You know what? I should make a spell that's just called Battle Ready, and it summons a Dremora and gives me armor at the same time. And it doesn't have to last long, but it would be cool if it did. Because then, that's the 2 spells that I use at the beginning of every fight. Is if I could basically compound them into a single casting, that'd be really cool. To be fighting a skeleton after all this time.
Go down. Bow to me.
This guy's hovering at me ominously. Let's see here. I would like to use a restore health potion, restore magic potion. I wish I could summon my own lich, but I don't have the ability. Gonna sneeze? No, please don't sneeze. Got it to pass. A little bit. Nope, it's coming back. And... actually, I'm okay. Oh, he reflected the spell. I don't like him having spell reflect. Oh boy, my health spell ran out, and I'm killing myself. There we go. That lich had quite the amount of spell reflection. Let me smack you a bunch with my sword. Oh, hey. Your gear no longer damages is no longer damaged as swiftly from combat. Nice. I'm now over encumbered. My backpack scroll must have worn off. I don't even plan on going inside this fort if there is an inside. I just wanted to do the outside because I'm almost close to the thing. And I'm going to want to at least leave and do something before then. Before I actually, like, take on the inside of this fort. I want to at least get to the alien ruins, check out what's there. Or, like, I want to go to the alien ruins, get them discovered, and then, once I've got them discovered, teleport home. Motherfucking lich here. Another motherfucking lich. There we go. Oh. There's a couple of skeletons out.
Dark and deep.
I was under the impression that that was supposed to have a chance to disarm my foes, but it very clearly is not doing that. That dude have a glass katana? He absolutely does. There's another fucking lich. That's right, get stun locked. It doesn't feel good, does it? That shouldn't have been. Why are there more of you? I swear I killed all of you already. Why are there more of you? It's like every time that I think combat's over, there's just another dude standing there.
On your belly, nothing.
You want to see my other sword? It's pretty cool looking.
Courage and power.
Okay. Combat over. Staff of Burden. Staff of Ice Storms. Holy shit, that was just so much more than I was expecting it to be. That glass daikatana. What does that even look like? I mean, it's a two-handed sword, so, like, I'm not really interested in using it, especially because, generally speaking, those kinds of things are not that much of an increase in damage over my current weaponry. Like, yeah, mine's down to 8, but it's also because it's been heavily damaged and I can fix it. Hair hammers. Speaking of, I should just go through and fix all of the things that are There we go. That got me some extra training and rest in my armorer skill. I just need to discover it. There we go. Discovered it. Let's head to the market and sell a bunch of shit, and then we'll figure out what we want to do from there. Woo. What we want to do from there may be ending the stream because it is getting a little bit late and I still have to prepare for my D&D campaign. I've got look at all the arrows. I did not realize I had these arrows sticking in me like this. Don't mind me, citizens. I promise I am safe. It's okay. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just gonna waltz in here and you're gonna be okay, I promise. Like, I understand. What a terrifying display. Everything's okay. I did not get these arrows from outside the city. I promise. It's not what it looks like. I'm just, you know, I'm here to sell some goods and then I'll leave
Whatever you need. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you?
Dragon Hunter's Claymore. That deals a lot of damage. It's a two-handed weapon, but I mean, you'd expect it to deal a lot of damage for it being a two-handed and also weighing 70 pounds. No, thank you.
That's a good deal.
I'm debating if going two-handed or if going blade was the right route with some of these things. Like, there's so much extra stuff that they have in these areas. And I'm like, well, they look like they could be useful, but they're not. I think what I've got is a serpent dagger. Actually, that's just a regular serpent dagger, not an offhand serpent dagger. So that's actually better than my Daedric Tonto. So goodbye, Daedric Tonto. Serpent dagger's here to stay.
A good price for a good
defensive
customer.
duelist is what I have. My backhanded dagger.
That's a...
No, I do not want to sell my Font of Willpower.
And that's a... That's a... You got a...
Insulated shield. That's not as good as mine, though.
That's a fair...
I've got so much money. I haven't, I haven't had to do a money thing, a money exploit in a very long time. In fact, While I'm here, sir, I'm just gonna just go ahead and give
You're
me all of the battle horn shit.
I wouldn't.
There we go. That's all I needed from you.
Tell your friend.
I felt bad having swindled you for all of the money that you were worth over and over and over again, so I'll let you have that one. I still have the arrows in me. I did just sell my sword because I got this serpent dagger. Hey, now my serpent daggers look the same. I got this one, I got this one. This one, and this one. This one, this one. This one, this one. This one. This one. Oh yeah. Let's check out our new digs, and then we're gonna end it. Because I still have to prepare for D&D tonight. Hopefully after all that selling, I'm not, like, over-encumbered anymore. Like, I know I won't be because I just teleported, like, a half a foot, but 330, yeah, I can do that with just backpack.
How goes it?
Got a couple of display cases. A place where a statue could go, but I don't have a statue. I've got places for lots of statues.
Hail.
Good morning, sir.
I've got several men-at-arms here. When did I hire all of you people? Check out the basement. Do I have a dungeon?
Hello.
Oh, no, this is a wine cellar. What do you do?
What can I do for you, sir? There are some things I need. Here, take this list.
This guy can make wine? Oh shit, and they like do things. They're like not just like like the shitty alcohol things in this, which like have like negative effects. Do you? I guess whatever, but like training room, and I just got this shark roll grows oozug here, just like eating away. And I've got the tools to train with here, which is to say just a bunch of shitty iron armor. And there's a bed. And there's this guy.
Like a bright one.
Who are you?
What can I do for you? A little food and... Certainly. Come back.
You could just get venison from this man? This place is badass. It's not as cool as Frostcrack Spire in a lot of ways, but it's much bigger than Frostcrack, and it's got people. Ooh. Where? I do like having trees inside for some reason. I don't even know where my bedroom is supposed to be in this place. Here's the grand hall. Oh, my blunt skill increased. East wing.
You look like a bright one.
You can actually see the mini-map update as doors open and close. Like, watch this. That's ridiculous. There's the basement again. I guess either side of this leads to the basement. No, this leads to the east wing. Where the hell is my bedroom? Basement, south tower. There's this room. That leads to the Great Hall. Castle, basement, south tower. Go up to the top of the tower.
This came for you, sir.
Got a note. Doggo. You're a doggo. A bad doggo or a good? Arg! You're a good doggo. Can't pet you. Got my own blacksmith.
I hope I can... If I can't fix it, it ain't Goodbye.
Battlehorn blacksmith's house. I got a place for like sheep and shit. Get into the battle. The gatehouse. Sneeze. Oh! Hurting myself just by falling downstairs. I closed my gates. Oh no, I opened my gates. No, 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 sir, that's not what I wanted. There we go. My gates should be closed at almost all times. I do not trust the outside world. I still haven't found my bedroom. There's the Grand Hall, and there's the East Wing. Now, the East Wing has a dining area and an upstairs, but the upstairs just leads to the Grand Hall. Then from here I can go to... Oh! Private quarters. Finally. Finally found my bedroom.
Greetings to you.
What are you doing in my bedroom?
How can I be of service?
I could tell her to come with me. She's just like a housecarl. Ooh, and I've got a nice, like, corner-stocked bed. It pays to have infinite money. And this is where I do my thinking work. I was handed a piece of paper. What was I handed? Received a note from offering to install an ancient Dwemer forge in Battlehorn Castle. I should meet him again at the Merchant's Inn in the Market District of the Imperial City to negotiate a price. Oh, that would be cool. Like, the ancient Dwemer stuff is not a big focus. Like, the Dwarven gear is not a big focus in Oblivion like it is in Skyrim and in Morrowind. There aren't, like, they kind of, like, they basically traded the They basically traded the Dwarven ruins in Morrowind out for the Alien ruins in Cyrodiil. And then when you go back to Skyrim, you've got Dwarven ruins again. Alright, well, that is going to be where we end it today, because I do still have to, I gotta shower, I gotta wash the dishes, and then I gotta prepare for a D&D session tonight. So, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Let's see if Remote Control is still doing his stream. Because if he is, we're gonna try and raid him. If I can remember how to do that. Let's go ahead and exit game. Let's see here. Is he still streaming? Remote Control. Oh no, this is gonna get very existential very quickly if I don't close that out. Let's get rid of display capture for a second while I work on this. Back to Twitch. Control. Oh, he is still live. He's playing. Oh, he's playing Left 4 Dead. That's cool. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can't get him some help.
Oh, thanks, Paladin Null, for coming over to the stream, man. I always love watching your streams, dude, but I appreciate for the follow. Means a lot, man. That's just one more that I'm away from affiliate. Well,
let's see. How do I get
3, I believe.
Slash raid.
But yeah, thanks for coming to watch, man.
Roll card. All right, and we're off.